AC Sports Live is brought to you by All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. Earn your Class A and Class B license and endorsements with courses online and in person in the city of Long Beach. Call or visit the website 909-708-4861, www.allincdotraining.com. If you're unemployed, underemployed, or just want to change a career, scholarships are available, so don't worry about the cost. Give them a call. All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. AC Sports Live is also brought to you by Mood Swing Apparel, DEM Clothing. Dominate every matchup, period. Check them out, Mood Swing Apparel on Instagram. AC Sports Live is also brought to you by Cannon Nation Boxing. If you want to learn the sweet science of boxing, or if you just want to get a real good workout in, working out and training with pros, check out CannonNationBoxing.com and become the best version of yourself today. Yo, we in here. Check 1 2 1 2. We in the building. James Mack, man, I had all intentions of putting that shirt in the mailbox, but I took my car to the shop and it's in the car. So I'm gonna get that to you tomorrow in the mail. I would take it to your house myself, but you're about an hour away, my brother. I appreciate you though. AC Sports Live is live on the air on this Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. It is showtime, Rubes. Showtime, Rubio Method. If you missed the episode this morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Coast time every Tuesday here on the NGBN TV network. Here's my interstitial, NGBN TV, make it official. And this is the channel for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. And we have a serious movement coming up. April 6th. Equip ourselves to save a life. Register right now on the NGBN TV network.com. It's a movement similar to CPR back in the 80s. But this will train 100,000 people on how to recognize the signs that someone is about to take their own life. I think that is huge. I believe we've saved 2 lives since we've started talking about this. Just earlier today on the Decade Show, I was not able to be on the show today. I have a new obligation. Every second Tuesday, I've been ordained as pastor, assistant, whatever it's called. I have a new job at my church, so I have a couple other obligations I have to attend to. But I was able to peep the last few minutes of Decades, and they talked about how this initiative can help us prevent what we were not able to prevent with our good friend James Gendrich, who took his own life several months ago. So we want to make sure we're very active and prepared to take care of our people, our brothers. As we like to say, lock shields, man up, team up, and get her done. So April 6th is our target day. That is next month, less than a month away. So register, tell a friend. It's good information. Tonight's show, as I take a look at the peopleization in the group, James Mack, t-shirt is on the way. You see, I got white too. I got black and white. I got the Mac Man, the newly appointed, I believe he's an alpha, if I'm not mistaken. So he gets to get his representation on in the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated 06, I believe is their call. I believe Miss Mac is a soror. I'm not sure which which faction she's a part of, but now Mac can join her in the festivities, especially at the homecoming. SG Trilogy Plug 1, my good brother, Tripping Through Transformation. Let's go. I will be on Tripping Through Transformation this month. I saw it on the calendar. So I'm going to go on Tripping Through Transformation with my main man, Gee. And I'll try to talk a little bit about how I deal with mental situations through a more holistic way, through my faith. So it'll be interesting. Can't wait. My good brother, Leon Frazier. My good brother, clean as the board of health. Never seen him wear the same suit twice. He's my size, so I'm hoping he'll bless me with a couple of them threads so I could be fly as a sky. Jimmy Mack, Alpha Phi Alpha, Fraternity Incorporated, 1906. 06. Miss Mack is a member of Delta Sigma Theta, 1913. Not as original as 1906, but 1913. 1913 is 7 years after 1906. Not too shabby. That's going to have them kids connected. I think that's one of the best things about fraternities is the networks, the built-in networking you get from the frat. Dr. Frazier said, you got it. I appreciate you. All right, tonight's show, man. NFL free agency is live and well. My birds are getting better. We got Saquan. Some other moves have happened. Derrick Henry, the king, is now in Baltimore. I don't know if that's fair. Lamar Jackson and King Henry in the backfield. Oh my God. That might be as good as Jalen Hurts and Saquon in the backfield. Boxing news. Why is Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul? And why did Anthony Joshua do Francis Ngannou like that? And we must pray for our boy Ryan Garcia. My 2 cents. Got a few topics. Tender love. AD's back on it this week, even though he balled out. I'll still have something to say about that. My mental reps. Just get it done. I got a scripture for that. And my sports flicks. It's not necessarily a sports flick, but there was sports in it, so it qualifies. This is AC Sports Live. You are the peopleization. Let's get it.
By empirical evidence that what you have said was reality is tested to be reality, and proven to be reality.
Yes, sir.
Are we back in the mix? We back up in here. Miss Max in the building. Oh boy. Don't play with me and my sorority. I'm not playing. I'm not playing, just not even a little bit. The date you guys were founded and the date that Max fraternity was founded were very close together at the beginning of it all. So much props to the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta. No disrespect intended whatsoever. Please accept my apologies. I do not want the deltas on my head the next time we go to a function. I want to be a friend of the peopleization. All right? Hi. All right, once again, let me throw up my Saving Lives interstitial. On top of my face in the corner, boom, Saving Lives. Keeping it 100 for April 6th. And I'll throw up my April 6th interstitial. Is a reminder of what's coming up. 100,000 people being equipped to save a life. Reminder, after this, the ride with Chevy and Nasty here on the NGBN TV network. And coming soon, backed by popular demand, the 1585 show, Jimmy Mack, AC, bringing it back to the forefront because you know who's hot. Them Bruins. We even got some signings. We got some commitments. And Deshaun Foster's in some living rooms, bringing in some recruits, some things we haven't seen in a while. So we got to bring back the 1585 show real soon. And we will be on the NGBN TV network. I believe trying to stream to Instagram now allows streaming, but it's not working. So I'm going to have to keep working on that. We'll see. I'm not worried about it too much. And then I got to make sure my other technology is up and ready. Let's see what we got on here. I had some clips that I want to show a little bit later, including Katt Williams' 40-yard dash, which is, I think, is very impressive. So, I'm all for it. Make sure it works. Yeah, it's going to work. I'm making sure my technology is working for later, and it works. So we're good to go. All right. So getting into it, my Eagles picked up Saquon Barkley, which is phenomenal. Even though I loved Swift. Swift was a really good back for us last year. We just didn't have good play calling. Kellen Moore. Not the biggest fan in the world, but I know he does have more creativity than Brian Johnson. Just look at this offense. I have a shot. And since it's on Instagram, I could use it. Look at this. Saquon, Jalen, Goddard, Brown, and Smitty. I think we're doing all right. And our center that replaces Jason Kelce is being vouched for by Jason Kelce himself. So our new center, I have a shot somewhere. I know of all the centers that have been compared to me, this is the guy. It's him. Jason Kelce on Cam Jurgens to play center. Can he do the brotherly love shove? That's all I care about. Can he do the shove? Can he snap it quick and get low? Can you snap it quick and get low? Can you call out the blitz? Can you pick up the blitz up the middle in the A gap? That's all I care about. Can we still get the 4th and 1? See, we didn't take advantage of that. We should have been playing for 4th and 1. Instead, we got too cute because the NFL was trying their best to do away with it. Now that it's been stopped. The last season, the last game of the season, we got stopped. Of course, it was a face mask. They didn't call it. Yada, yada, yada. Here we are. Max saying check mark. Eagles going to be something to deal with. We got great pickups. Agreed. Rubio Meta says, but how long until Saquon is hurt? Has he ever gone one season without getting dinged up and missing some games? Last season, I believe Saquon played the entire season, but he played for the New York Football Giants and they were trash. So we might have a new, and we don't have to run Saquon like the Giants had to run Saquon. We just need to give Saquon the ball 20 times a game. So we get the ball 60 snaps. And we give Saquon the ball 20 times. We give Boston Scott the ball 5 times. We give, maybe one other back 5 or 6 carries. The rest, Jalen Hurts either throws it or keeps it. It ain't rocket science. As you said, the BLS is unstoppable. When you're not face masking. Nnganou. Hi there and good evening from Canada. Chris Rubio, watch your mouth. I think he's going to be good, man. The squat man is going to be fine. The squat man is going to get it in. Eagles going to be a formidable team this year. Can't be any worse than our last 6 games. Can't be. Personnel is similar. We do lose Fletcher Cox. We do lose Kevin Byard. We do lose Jason Kelce. We do lose Avonte Maddox. However, our defense was not great last year, so I'm not that mad. We bring back Brandon Graham, who's about as old as LeBron James, but he's still effective as far as leadership and on third downs. He can get to the quarterback. So I'm happy about that. Now, what I'm a little bit nervous about, if we make it to the championship, you know who we probably might see? This guy, Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I think this is a little bit scary in that you have one of the most punishing running backs in the league and one of the most deadly quarterbacks in the league in the same backfield. This is like high school. So this will be something to keep an eye on. Russell Wilson to Pittsburgh should be interesting. I'm glad he got out of Denver. That was a toxic place for him. He gets to move, what Booger McFarland would say, You know, guys, with Russell Wilson signing with the Steelers, that means Sierra has to move to Pittsburgh. Captain Obvious. As you said, I like Boston Scott. Yeah, he's like a poor man's Darren Sproles. Not that Darren Sproles was very expensive, but you know Darren Sproles was basically a superstar. Miss Max says, when Saquon is healthy, it is a great thing, especially for my fantasy football team. See, I stopped picking up Saquon after the first 2 years because he was injury prone. But last year he played the entire season, from what I remember. So we should be good to go. As G said, Brandon Graham is 75 years old. Can he still bring it? 75 is a little bit old. I say he's LeBron James out, like LeBron James age, like 38. Sweet brother Noomsy in the house. My sweet brother, what's going on with you? I got TJ Senior, Big to Kim. I can't wait to see Henry and Lamar. I can wait. Do we have them on the schedule? If we play the Ravens, bring your big boy pads because we hit. Big Todd, Henry's only effective with running room downhill. Otherwise, he doesn't scare me. That's the thing. We had a top-notch running defense until someone said, no, you don't, and ran the ball down our throat. So if we can get in the backfield and get him stopped, you can bottle him up. The problem with that is if you load the box on the interior, you know who's going to get to the outside. Number 8, the MVP, Lamar Jackson. So we got to keep an eye on that. We got to make sure we play solid defense, assignment defense, and not go freelance. Exactly. He actually runs soft. He can't be that soft. Defenses are preparing for him for a reason. He gets a little head of steam. Now, I'm preferring Saquon because he got more shift and power, not just power. It seems like Derrick Henry has power. You get to him before he gets going, he is very stoppable. Because there are games, I had him on my fantasy team, Miss Mac, and he would give me 20 points, then the next game he'll give me 3 points because they got in the backfield and got him from going downhill, and he's very average after that. So, you know, we'll see. Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh, that gives them 3 or 4 more wins. And you still have a couple of, I'm just happy that the Cowboys aren't doing anything. I watched the Big Time Show yesterday. I cleaned the garage watching Big Time Show, and I just was tickled because he was having a fit. The Cowboys aren't doing anything except losing players. Tony Pollard is gone. I believe they're stuck with Dak and CeeDee Lamb, but they haven't made any moves to get better. But the Eagles have signed C.J. Gardner-Johnson back to the team, one of our key safeties from our Super Bowl run a few years ago. And that's key, man. Chemistry is so important in any sport. So I like the moves we're making. I believe we got a new receiver from the Patriots. I think we're making moves just in time because I was hurting at the end of the season. Max said he is just bigger than everybody. He gets tackled way too easy. He ain't got no shifties, but he's effective. You have to game plan for him. That's what it basically comes down to. Who was the running back last year for Baltimore? You really can't name them unless you were really following the Ravens. So I understand. But I love free agency. It gives the players the freedom to go where they need to go. And it gives your team a shot in the arm if they need it. So free agency is here. Keep an eye on it. Moves are being made. Trades are happening. Free agents are being released. Now, when you saw all the free agents or all the veterans getting cut last week, don't trip. That's part of the business. It's the time of year where people get cut, and you'll see some of your household names without a job for a week or so. Then they get picked right back up. I believe we probably pick up Avonte Maddox, re-signing him for less money because he's so injury prone as well. Now the defense, Max says, James Max said, now time the defense to get worked on. All the Georgia boys we have, the Georgia boys we got need to step up. Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, them guys, you've had a couple years in the system. Now you get a new coordinator. It's time to play. Gus Edwards was the running back last year for the Ravens. decent running back. Best move yet for the Philly was getting CJ back. It's a whole culture change on that side of the ball. Gus was his name from Ravens, but got signed by the Chargers. So I believe Austin Eckler's on the move, wherever he ends up at. My good young brother, my good little brother, my good brother Mayshawn, best friend Isamu. I'm hot. Saquon is gone, but both parties are better off. We are not a winner. No reason to pay him. We're looking to the future. That means the football giants are in a full-on rebuild. Probably so. Probably the best thing. Regroup, get right, find you a new star, because Saquon, for some odd reason, couldn't stay healthy 2 years in a row in New York. Hopefully he comes to Philly and our grass is a little bit softer. He can stay healthy. Rubio said, do you think Russell Wilson and the Steelers will allow Tomlin's blue-collar attitude to bleed over to Russell, since I think he's lost that when he left the Seahawks? I believe just someone believing in him will restore him to a place where he's a decent quarterback. I think he can still play. I think he got real corny in Denver, but I believe in Pittsburgh he's gonna have to be a tough guy. It's Pittsburgh. It's up north. It's cold. It's blue collar. Roethlisberger, Troy Polamalu, Minka Fitzpatrick, Joey Porter, Mike Tomlin. Sign back AJ. What was the crazy dude's name? Sign him back. Bring back that edge. Todd Prunty. I can't see it yet with Nolan Smith. Hope he steps up. Yeah, he's in that bus window. If he don't get right this year, then we thought he was somebody we could count on, and he is not. He gave us 6 years. Eagles ready to win now. Good luck. He gonna kill us 2 times a year. Well, what Tiki Barber said about Saquon is that he's dead to him. But Saquon came back with the best line ever. Don't be smiling in my face when I see you. That's the realest comeback that you could give. All that keying in the booth. When I see you in person, my partner, don't come up to me smiling out. I was just playing. No. Saquon said it's on site without saying it's on site. He's not with the games. So Tiki, Saquon ready to see you in person, man. All right, man. Football. In the offseason, football is still hot. Russell's corniness will not go over well, at all with Tomlin, who hasn't smiled since 1978. He's serious about it. I don't think the people of Pittsburgh will appreciate no corniness up in the upper northeast up in Pittsburgh. All right, man. We'll be right back after this message from the NGBN Network.
You're watching the exclusive sneak peek of NGBN TV. Like never before, streaming content for men is now available, with more to come. Join us on this journey as we introduce you to content creators and shows that are here to inspire, educate, entertain, celebrate, and support men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. We can't do this without you, so please enjoy this sneak peek, but also share it with your friends and family, and help us connect with companies, organizations, brands, or nonprofits who align with our mission to save men's lives. This is the NGBN TV Sneak Peek.
What's up? My name is Chris Rubio, and I'm the host of The Rubio Method on the NGBN TV network.
Focus. Focus up.
Long snapping and life are very, very similar.
We have a great show that's going to educate you, inspire you, and most importantly, entertain you. I say most importantly because that's what I really want to do. And we're just kind of going on this journey together. And I'm going to make sure as we go on this journey together, you're going to have a good time while doing it. So check out The Rubio Method on NGBN TV.
The Rubio Method, starring Chris Rubio, my guy, fellow Bruin. Check him out every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. This show is brought to you by All In CDL Training, the future of commercial driving. New students signing up every single day. Something is happening. There's a shift happening in the industry. Get in now. If you're unemployed or not working full time, I'm almost certain you'll qualify for free money to get your Class A license. So call 909-708-4861 or go to the website allincdotraining.com. Sign up online. Someone will give you a call and you will get your next step towards a new career. You know that some truck drivers make $5,000 a week? Think about that. If you're making $5,000 a month, some truck drivers are pulling that in 1 week, in one load. Open your horizons, man. Give it a shot. What do you have to lose? What's that one commercial? You ain't doing nothing. You might as well do something. Get it in. Go into the comments. Moose said Saquan should have known he wasn't talking like that. Just went to the rival and we sad about it. That's why he's not tripping too hard. But he said he'd been a hater all along. Like he was not happy at Saquon getting all this best running back since. Best running back the Giants ever had since. So I felt that little animosity towards Tiki. So Saquon and Tiki, I'd rather see that than Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul. LaDon Williams in the house. You late, but you here. I appreciate you, my fella. I appreciate you big time. Always, man. So yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. Boxing. All right, so I just heard that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are gonna wear headgear and use 18-ounce gloves. So we're not talking about a real fight. We're talking about a glorified sparring match between YouTuber Jake Paul and Iron 58 at the time of the fight, Mike Tyson. Iron 58 at the time of the fight, Mike Tyson. Now, I've seen Mike Tyson work out. You've all seen Mike Tyson work out recently, and in his little blue draws and his little black draws, and he looks pretty intense hitting the bags. But if you all know, not that I'm anywhere even in the stratosphere of Mike Tyson, but I'm a former athlete and I'm in pretty good shape and I'm 50. I get in the boxing ring with middleweight contender Brandon Adams, and he takes it easy on me every week. And I'll go 3 to 5 rounds. And I kid you not, after 2 rounds, I'm ready to take a nap. I'm ready to lay it down because it's the hardest workout ever. I've had football workouts. I've had track workouts. I've had sprint triathlon workouts. I had Spartan race workouts. Boxing might be the most tiring thing to do in all sports. And that is if you don't always know exactly what you're doing. I'm pretty sure professionals can go a lot longer because it's second nature to them. But man, the energy that it takes to box and avoid punches and set people up and move, it's the most strenuous activity. I mean, it has to be. But this right here has turned into a glorified sparring match with 18-ounce gloves and headgear. Sherman on him says since Joe Morris. He's the best since Joe Morris, man. Oh man, I was going back to Otis Anderson. 18-ounce gloves. That's some BS. I got 16-ounce gloves. That's for training, so you can't throw hard. And the boxing gloves are so heavy, you can't really injure each other. They're supposed to have 10-ounce gloves, so somebody get knocked out. Iron Mike can take Jake. Iron Mike can take Jake if he takes him in 3 rounds. That's my take. But if headgear is being used, I took a picture. When I saw it, I couldn't believe it. It's saying They're fighting in 18-ounce gloves and head guards, which means Jake Paul is going to knock out Mike Tyson in round 8. I mean, how many rounds are they fighting? After 3 rounds, Mike is going to be done. My man is going to be 58 years old. And I'm not age shaming. I'm just telling you. He was about to whoop on Roy Jones, but Roy Jones was old too. We're talking about a 27-year-old buck. 27-year-old kid who got energy for days, who drinks energy drinks. Mike is old as dirt, man. Not sure who suggested headgear, Brother Leon, but it really favors the guy who can get knocked out in the first 3 rounds. This is gimmick TV at its best. This fight will be semi-entertaining. Oh, it's gonna be something to watch. And Leon, it is not gonna be free. You must have a bootleg feed because this gonna be $75. Mike Tyson's gonna make some money off this one. Jake Paul's gonna make some money off of this one. They're fighting in Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas, in AT&T Stadium. They're fighting in the biggest, best venue in America. Talk about putting on a show. Sharon said definitely the most tiring. I don't know, man. Does Raphael have the spread for the Tyson fight yet? For a gimmick like this, it should be prop bets. It shouldn't even be like a straight up negative, positive spread. Like if they got on headgear, this is the Olympics. Point system. Who can be the most active? Happy Boy said Mike will throw vicious body shots. Happy good boy Miguel Lara is in the building. Miguel needs to fight Jake Paul. He will show. Mike's going to throw some vicious body shots early. But with 18-ounce gloves, I'm not sure if the knuckles will be able to pierce through. Remember when Mike used to fight and he would do this with his gloves? Because he was trying to pierce the cotton so he can get his knuckles through that glove. So when he would come across with the left hook, it'd be knuckles and elbows. I hope he's not on no meds. I hope he's in a bad mood. I hope he didn't smoke no ganja that entire week. I hope he get to see the crazy Mike Tyson who said he would eat your children. I don't think we'll see that guy. Mike is another Nate Robinson. I don't think he's going to go to sleep. I think the ref's going to stop it for lack of activity. Because after 3 rounds, I promise you, unless Mike is on some other juice and got some type of drink in between rounds, 58, bruh, with a 27-year-old that can punch and is learning how to fight, I think he's going to be dangerous. Unlike your boy Francis Ngannou, who found out the hard way you don't play boxing. You don't jump up and fight one of the elite heavyweights of this generation, Anthony Joshua. Now, Anthony Joshua's heart has been tested because he got beaten, didn't want to fight certain people, didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder because he was dangerous. But he shocked the world, put together some straight overhand rights that popped Nnganou over his lazy left jab. Put him on the canvas and put him out in the 2nd round. So just goes to show there are some elite heavyweights in the world remaining. I believe Anthony Joshua woke us all up that it's not all about the welterweights. The 147s, the 154s, the 160s. They have a lot of fighters in that weight class, but there are some heavyweights still that can go. Anthony Joshua has just bought himself a huge fight with Tyson Fury if he ever decide to do it. No, he won't go out like Nate. Man, Nate ruined his legacy, man. Nate Robinson was known as the best athlete, one of the best athletes ever. Winning dunk contests, playing in the NBA, and then he gets knocked out by a YouTuber. And that's all we remember. That's sad, man. Book. OG Ray Booker in the house. What's up, brother? Tar Heel in the house. Father Time is undefeated, and Mike Tyson will suffer his 7th loss. But they can't count this, man. They got headgear on. Now, let's say a special prayer for Ryan Garcia, man. I've seen several videos that have caused me to be very slow to rag on him. Something is really going on with him. And as a man of faith who knows there are spirits in high places, I believe this young man is dealing with some of them demons in high places. He is going through something a little bit more spiritual than just socially. So I believe it's probably best they do pull this fight. They do replace Ryan Garcia with someone else. I saw some people jumping up trying to get that spot. But to fight, against Haney, I believe the Broner wants that spot. I believe, some other guys in that weight class would love to jump up and fight Haney for that big payday. But I believe Ryan Garcia is dealing with something bigger than him. So he's going to have to, find some peace and some shalom to get through what he's going through, man. So I'm saying a prayer for him, man. I'm not going to rag on him. I'm going to let him deal with it because it's real deal. When you see a guy going through it like that, again, we're trying to stop suicide on this network. And one of the signs of suicide is guys reaching out. Guys are in pain. Guys are going through something. And we laughing about stuff and we joking about stuff. But I think we got to be able to recognize when a guy's going through something. It might just be too big for him. The moment might be too big for him. So I'm gonna stall him off a little bit. Stall him out. As G said, hopefully Nate gets the kidney transplant that he needs. Nate Robinson needs a kidney transplant? Special prayers out for Nate Robinson. Did not know that. I'm glad you shared that information. So now we'll be specific with our prayers and get that man the kidney transplant that he needs. Because he brought us so much joy, man. I mean, his basketball career was epic. Being as short as he was, it didn't stop him. He was inspirational in that regard. So much support and prayers out to Nate Robinson. I didn't know about that, man. So let me rip through these my 2 cents real quick. March Midness. I said March Midness because March Madness is here, but I'm more excited about the women's game than I am the men's game. I was watching KG and Paul Pierce's podcast, and he said, name me 5 men's basketball players, and he couldn't. And I was like, well, I can name off UCLA players. That's about it. But I can name off about 5 young women in college basketball right now. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Juju at USC. You got Paige Beckers. You got Cardozo as the South Carolina. You got Flo Janae at LSU. So the women's game have created some stars. What the one and done rule has done to men's basketball is destroyed the ability for us to follow any teams that aren't our favorite team. I can't say that I've watched more than 5 basketball games this year. Division I basketball games. I've watched 2 San Jose State basketball teams and they were terrible. I only watched it because my son was at the game watching as a football player and his friends. So I was trying to see if I'll catch my son on a TV screen at the game enjoying himself. Sometimes you just watch because there's a connection. Right now, I have no connection. I used to love North Carolina. Ray Booker knows I used to wear a hat. When I first met Ray Booker, I was wearing a Tar Heels hat. I wore that Tar Heels hat everywhere I went. I could be wearing purple, yellow, and green. I would have my light blue Tar Heels hat on. Didn't even match. I wear that thing everywhere I went. But not anymore. It's UCLA. I watch UCLA play. I might watch Georgetown play, even though they're terrible. I've always been a Georgetown fan. I might watch North Carolina versus Duke because of the rivalry, but it's just hard to watch men's basketball right now. I don't know who's playing. But the ladies' game, shout out to the Queen Elaine. The ladies' game is fun to watch. And they're fundamentally sound. And they get buckets. They get buckets. As G said, he's been vocal on social media. I need to check him out. I haven't seen Nate on my social media feed. That's crazy that they've skipped me with that information. Book said lots of law enforcement is going through this topic. T-Bird, please touch on the effects of COVID that still deal with on the mental level. Yep, definitely. We're going to have to talk about that next week. I'll do more research on it, and we definitely bring that topic up. Nnganou says April 6th, best event to come. April 6th. Yes, sir. Big Brother Neil, Macon Senior. I missed the old school college game like Georgetown and the Fab Five. I mean, I used to watch Big East play, St. John's, Georgetown, and Syracuse. All of them games was good. And they always had star players, marketed players, well-known household names. I think the women's game has done an excellent job promoting. I believe that's going to help the WNBA. Because now what we've been crying about is star power. Well, with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and them guys going pro, I think they're going to get the shot in the arm that they need. So shout out to the women's game in college for sure. Y'all see Katt Williams running 40? Katt Williams, man. Katt Williams ran faster than some NFL guys. Katt Williams ran the same time as Spencer Rattler, the guy I was talking about last week who came to the combine out of shape. Katt Williams, 52 years old, ran a 4.96, the same time as Spencer Rattler. And his form is impeccable. I mean, 90-degree arms, head down, chin down, heel toe up. Only thing he might be doing wrong is dragging that back foot a little bit too long. I got to have some footage. We got to break this down just a little bit. Just real quick, I got time. We got to look at Katt Williams is 40. And it is oh, that ain't it. Them little dudes make me laugh though. That ain't it. That's Rubio's nephew. That ain't it. Let me see if it's gonna let me. It's not gonna let me do it. Where did Katt Williams go? Oh man, they gave me the wrong feed. I got a different copy though. Them little dudes make me laugh. All right, so here we go. So Katt Williams is 40. First of all, he's a two arm start, but he lifting, he digging. At the last 15 meters, you could tell he was getting a little bit gassed. I think now what he said on Shannon Sharp's show was that he ran a 4.2. Now, when he was younger, I don't think it's far-fetched to say Katt Williams didn't run a 4.2 back in the day. If you run a 4.9 at 52, now think about it, when you were in your prime, because I know I could probably run a 4.7 right now. I used to run a 4.3. I ran a 4.28 is my fastest 40 ever, but that was hand time. Electronic time, my fastest time was 4.42. I could probably run a 4.7. I can beat Katt Williams in the race. But as I think about it, a lot of my friends can't beat me in the race that are my age, and we're 50, 49 and 50 years old. Add 2 more years, we're going to get slower. So his 4.9, I think we have to respect it. He was moving for an old guy. Now, Terrell Owens can still run a 4.4. He's a freak. And I believe Terrell Owens is 30, Terrell Owens is 40, 46 or something like that. But he can still run 4.4. James McMahon said, money has ruined the game at all levels. AAU could be the stem. Todd said Katt weighs what, 140, 150? No, Katt looked a little thick in that one. He looked like he's a good 185. He looked like he's a little bit heavier around the hips. Now, if he was 150, then maybe he probably run a little faster. How did you get footage of the sub 60 Ed on the dance floor? Them little guys be getting it, man. Them little dudes be getting it. Rubio, you wrong. You're wrong. I used to be. T.O. is 49 years old and he still runs a 4.4. That is crazy impressive. I'm never. I believe he's still dunking the ball too. T.O. was a freak, man. All right, so another edition of Stats Lie. Do I have a graphic? It can go right into my Tender Love. Stats Lie. What was my stat? I lost it. All right, so it's a walking right into our Tender Love situation. 25 rebounds is excellent. Above average. And I think he should be commended for it. But I started to think, well, who did he rebound against? Does that even matter? So what did he do against Joker? I think 13 rebounds. What did he do against the Celtics? I think like 12 rebounds. So AD, if the Lakers are to have a chance at a championship, you got to bring that animosity. You ain't got to get 25, but you got to be dominant. Is that asking for too much? AD, I'm not even a big Laker fan. I believe Miss Mac can join this conversation. She is a Laker fan, if I remember correctly. She's a Laker and a Clipper fan, a Lake fan. They want to see all day angry AD, not my shoulder is hurting because Giannis went to my chest and he hurt my. You saw that game against the Bucks? The Lakers got the win, but AD got his chest dealt with versus the Greek Freak. So come on, man. I appreciate AD trying to play every game. He has played more games than he's ever played, even through injury. But let's see how he turns this thing up when it counts. 25 rebounds, again, phenomenal. Can he get 25 a night? No, but he can be aggressive every night. Every night. SG likes that. This is not my music. This is copyright infringement at its best. Forrest MD's Tender Love, Anthony Davis, I appreciate the happiness you brought me during the pandemic. It has made one of my favorite segments of my show. Ben Simmons has made the Tender Love Report once again. He is out once again. What did Ben Simmons? Someone said Ben Simmons is now an Uber driver. Not true, but hilarious nonetheless. I got Coach Dante in here. What's good, my brother? I appreciate them prayers you send every morning, man. Sometimes it's too long, but I know you're praying for me, and I appreciate you in my prayers as well. Miss Mac is a Laker fan, so you need to get AD on the phone and let him know what time it is. He's just tired. Okay. In Philly, he's known as Bum Simmons. Yeah, I don't want to be a guy in the NBA that can't go to certain cities. What kind of luxury is that? All right, man. We'll stall him out. We're going to stall him out for now. Sing it, TC. Rest in peace. All right, man. Moving along. I hope I got... Oh. Bron. Another reason we love LeBron James. I saw a coolest clip of LeBron. Have y'all seen LeBron's teammate handshakes? I think it's the coolest thing in the world, man. That the best player of this generation is able to memorize all these handshakes of these different people. Teammates, associates, supporters, non-supporters. Shout out to LBJ, the king. arguably the best to ever do it, on and off the court. Love him or hate him, I'm pretty sure we'll love him a lot more when he's done. I mean, I love this, man. I used to do this when I was a teacher. I didn't have the extensive handshakes with all my students, but I definitely had different handshakes for certain people. It's a lot like giving somebody a nickname. You give somebody a special handshake, I think it's pretty dope, man. I think again, it ties into what this network's about. Community. Lifting each other up. Being there for your brother. Simple handshake, man. You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. All right, my mental reps. I said, get it done. All right, so a lot of times in life, we're going to go through some tough stuff, man. Galatians 6, 4 and 5. Galatians 6, 4 and 5 simply reads, "But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden." Get it done, man. No excuses. There's no taking a break from being a father. There's no taking a break from being a man. If you say you're going to do something, do it. You got work to do and you procrastinate, that work's still going to be there. I remember C.T. Fletcher said, it's still your set. If you take that mindset, I got work to do, man. You can feel sorry for yourself all you want. But if the word said, every man shall bear his own burden, you got work to do, man. Be where you need to be. Get done what you need to get done. No excuses. Get it done. Is this a new segment? No, I think it was still part of my 2 cents, but I just didn't put it in the 2 cents. So that was part of my 2 cents. Tender Love just jumped the gun because my Stats Lie segment was supposed to be, again, another LeBron James versus Michael Jordan stat line. But I always say we cannot compare apples and oranges. We cannot compare different eras. We cannot compare because it's just too different. They're both great. You will have your preference in who you prefer to watch, who you prefer to root for whatever reasons. Miss Max said, another reason we love Bron. Oh yeah, it's hard to not appreciate LeBron. 1 cent. Agree on the era comparison. It's really hard. Like I said, Kareem's still my GOAT because it was middle school to the Hall of Fame. How he got it out the mud. It's just different. The context different. My sports flicks. Man, why did One Love get such bad reviews? I loved it. I loved this movie. My son came home for his birthday, which is March 8th. Happy birthday, youngster. You're now 19. But he wanted us to see One Love as a family. And so we waited till he came home. And we went to go see it after services on Sunday. And it's done as close to the Jamaican language as possible. So it's kind of hard to understand every single thing. But I've been around enough Jamaicans. In particular, there's a young lady at my church we call Mama Kay, who's the mother of my good buddies. His wife's, and she's strict Jamaican dialect, and she rips off some words, and sometimes it's hard to hear and listen, but I can pick up on them key words in the same way I was able to understand this movie. I even shedded a tear. My song is Redemption Song. And when that song came on, it was over with. And, you know, to see the things that he went through, again, it's a biopic. What I think I put it in my sports flicks because Bob played soccer as a way of relieving stress. He played soccer and they were physical. They was getting after it. And, you know, he got tackled a couple times. And, you know, they was like the skipper. They called him Skipper. And then, you all right, Skip? You okay, Skip? He's like, yeah, man. Kept playing. And just the resilience. Of course, the music was awesome. The Marley children put this movie together, so everything went smooth. I loved it, man. I told my wife I want to see it again. Again, the music carries it. The young actor did an excellent job. I believe this was his very first leading role. He was, I guess it was the Black Ken in Barbie. His name is Kingsley Ben Adir, alongside Lashana Lynch, who played his wife Rita. She did an excellent job. Beautiful woman, and she gives the Chocolate Sisters some love on the screen, and she was all that. And we felt the chemistry. It was an excellent movie to me, man. I don't know why Fried Green Tomatoes did not give it the love it should deserve, but it did. It did. All right, I got about 35 seconds. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. It's not hard to not like LeBron. So many black men do. Oh, you know how that is. Another reason we love Bron should be our new segment. and UCLA, and I haven't seen One Love yet, but heard nothing but good things about it. Yeah, man, it's a must watch, man. Take your lady, man. Redemption Song is one of my favorites too. Hey, it's a cut, man. I appreciate you guys. I will see y'all next week. Next up, The Ride with Chevy and Nasty. I'm out.